It may sound unbelievable, but never boil eggs directly in a pot of water again. Today, I'm going to reveal a super clever way to boil eggs. Not only will they be softer, but the shells will be much easier to peel, and they'll taste just as good as restaurant eggs without needing any special tools. The best part? This method is incredibly cost-effective. And trust me, the results will completely surprise you. You'll never want to go back to the old way of boiling eggs again. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Method 1. Steaming eggs. First, pour about 1 liter of water into the pot. Then add 1 tablespoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Stir until the salt is completely dissolved. Salt not only helps the water boil more steadily, but also ensures the eggs cook evenly and have a richer flavor. Next, I placed the pot on the stove. Now, I place the steamer basket on top of the pot of water. Turn on the stove and arrange the eggs in the steamer. I marked the 2 eggs with a pen so I could easily distinguish them based on their different cooking times. I didn't mark the remaining ones. I covered the pot with a lid until the water started boiling and a lot of steam was rising. I used a timer. Then, I reduced the heat and boiled it for 6 minutes. After the eggs had been cooking for 6 minutes, I took out the 2 marked eggs. As soon as I took them out of the pot, I immediately put them into a bowl of ice water that I had prepared. I continued cooking the remaining eggs. When the eggs reached 12 minutes, I took them out and did the same as with the previous 2. With this method, the eggs don't come into direct contact with water. Instead, they are gently steamed using hot steam. This prevents the eggs from cracking or breaking, unlike the traditional boiling method. Soak the eggs in ice water for about 2 minutes. Wow, those eggs are so beautiful. I used the back of a knife or spoon to gently tap around the egg to create a small crack. Then peel off a small section of the shell and gently separate the rest. Let's see. Wow, the eggshell peels off so easily with almost no egg white sticking to it. The eggs look beautiful after peeling. The egg whites are smooth, soft, and slightly chewy. You can do the same with the remaining eggs. Just tap gently and peel lengthwise, and the shells will separate very easily. Now, cut the egg in half to see the yolk inside. This is the egg I steamed for 6 minutes. The egg whites are cooked and set, but the yolks remain soft, smooth, creamy, and rich in flavor. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Next, check the results of the 12-minute boiled egg. You'll find the yolks are a beautiful yellow color, evenly cooked, and not dark or dry. A plate of soft boiled eggs for breakfast is quick, convenient, and nutritious. It will definitely make you extremely satisfied. If you want to boil eggs that are delicious, soft, and easy to peel like this, try the method I just shared. I'm sure you'll love it. Method 2. First, prepare a cup and place a small sieve on top. Next, simply crack the egg into the sieve, allowing the thicker egg white to naturally drain through, while the thinner egg white will remain on the sieve. The purpose is to remove the runny egg white on the outside, as this can cause the egg to spill out and lose its shape during cooking. Thanks to this small step, when steamed or boiled, the eggs will be rounder, smoother, and more appealing. First, I prepare a medium-sized pot and pour about 1 liter of water into it. Add half a teaspoon of salt. and 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Vinegar plays a very important role, helping the egg whites to set quickly and preventing them from dissolving in water. I turned on the stove and heated the water to medium heat. After about 3 to 4 minutes, you will see small bubbles appearing at the bottom of the pot. The water is hot, but not yet boiling. At this point, the water temperature is around 80 to 85 degrees Celsius, which is ideal for adding the eggs. Once the water is ready, I use a spoon to gently stir in a circular motion to create a small vortex in the center of the pot. Thanks to this whirlpool, when the egg is dropped in, the egg white naturally wraps around the yolk, helping the egg to be rounder and more compact. I keep the heat low, just simmering gently, not letting the water boil vigorously. The eggs will be perfectly cooked in about 2 to 3 minutes if you prefer a soft yolk, or 4 to 5 minutes if you want a more cooked yolk. When the time is up, I use a slotted spoon to remove the eggs, let them drain a little, and then place them on a plate. The result is a smooth, round egg white and a soft, creamy yolk, perfect for eating with bread, noodles, or drizzled with soy sauce. This method is not only quick, but also extremely clean, oil-free, and almost never fails if you maintain the correct water temperature. Method 3. I spread plastic wrap on the cutting board. Place 5 small sticks parallel in the middle. Then place the 2 eggs on top. Gently wrap the egg in plastic wrap. Gather the 4 corners of the wrap and twist gently so that it tightly encloses the egg. This step creates a fixing pouch to prevent the egg from shifting. The indentation forms the shaping line. The egg opens into a 5-petaled flower when complete. Once everything was balanced, I used 2 rubber bands to secure it, ensuring the egg maintained its shape without shifting or becoming deformed. After tying the flower, let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. The shaping lines will remember the egg shape. When opened, the flower is uniform, beautiful, and natural. Remove the string and wrapping, and you'll see an incredibly cute 5-petaled egg-shaped flower. The petals are round and natural, creating a very impressive and attractive appearance. With just a few simple steps, you can transform the familiar egg into a lovely decoration. Perfect for decorating salads, lunchboxes, or snacks. A small trick, but enough to make your meal more lively and interesting. Method 4. Fried eggs with less oil, traditional fried eggs. Use a non-stick pan over medium-low heat. Crack the eggs into the pan and let them cook slowly. When cooked, the egg whites will be slightly firm and the yolks will be a little thicker. This dish is perfect with bread for breakfast. This frying method is so popular that the image of a fried egg has even become an emoji on phones. Method 5. Fragrant steamed baked eggs. Gently tap a small hole in the top of the egg. Use chopsticks to stir inside to get all the eggs out into the bowl. Remember to keep the peel. Wash the eggshells thoroughly and let them dry. Strain the egg mixture through a sieve to remove any debris. Add a little sugar, salt. Add the pepper and stir well. Pour the mixture back into each eggshell until it's almost full. Place in the pot and steam for about 30 minutes until solidified. After steaming, place it in the air fryer. For about 10 minutes at 140 degrees Celsius to create the characteristic aroma. Remember to turn it over regularly so the skin doesn't burn. Serve on a plate, accompanied by Vietnamese coriander and a lime pepper dipping sauce. Hot, fragrant baked eggs with perfectly absorbed seasonings. This is a very popular snack and also very easy to make at home. Method 6. I'll show you how to reheat them later. If you want to boil many eggs at once without creating a swirl, you can still do it. Just gently drop each egg into the water, maintaining the same depth and temperature as before. You can gently stir the eggs with a spoon to create a round shape if desired. After 3 minutes, carefully remove the eggs using a slotted spoon. Now that you have beautifully boiled eggs, simply arrange them on a plate for a delicious, visually appealing, and nutritious dish. The boiled eggs are almost perfectly smooth. With a light touch, the golden yolk flows out, blending with the soft, sweet mushrooms underneath. The rich, fragrant flavor spreads with each bite, warm and perfectly balanced, making the meal truly irresistible. Method 7. Another method I often use when the kids in my house don't like the yolk is to boil eggs with a uniformly yellow yolk. Mix the whites and yolks before boiling. Place an egg inside a long sleeve and tie both ends tightly. Rotate the egg continuously, then straighten the sleeve. Do this for about 8 minutes to allow the egg whites and yolks to mix together. Then boil the eggs until cooked. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Peel it off. The inside will have a beautiful, uniform pale yellow color. It also offers a unique and novel taste experience. Method 7. The last method I used was placing the bowl in the air fryer and turning it on to heat both the bowl and the air fryer. This small step helps the eggs come into contact with the heat right from the start, resulting in more even and beautifully cooked eggs. Once the bowls are hot, remove them and crack an egg into each bowl. Add a little salt and ground pepper. Use a fork to gently whisk the eggs until well combined. Now for the fun part, adding the filling. Diced tomatoes. Bell peppers deseeded and diced. Finely chopped onion. Finely chop the scallions. Add them to each bowl. Finally, sprinkle grated cheese directly on top to ensure the cheese spreads evenly over the surface. Using a fork, mix everything thoroughly in the bowl until the ingredients are well combined. Place the bowls back into the air fryer. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. When the lid is opened, the aroma of cooked eggs mixed with melted cheese fills the kitchen. It's irresistible. Arranged on a plate, each bowl of egg is golden yellow, bursting with color from the vegetables and fillings inside. Visually appealing, nutritious, and incredibly easy to make, this dish is sure to win over the whole family from the very first bite. Method 9. This method uses more oil, but the finished product will be much crispier and fluffier than a regular fried egg. Start with a cool pan. Lightly grease the pan with butter. And add a pinch of salt. Carefully crack the egg, separating the white from the yolk. Spread the egg white evenly across the pan. Then gently place the yolk in the center. Cook over low heat. This method ensures the egg white cooks thoroughly while the yolk remains runny without burning or creating an unpleasant hard crust underneath. Look at the finished product. The runny yolk is appealing just as we love. It has a pleasant light golden brown color. There's no hard crust, and the egg white, with just a light touch of a fork, separates easily. Method 9. If your eggs crack, I have another way to handle it. Steaming them instead of boiling them directly in the pot, which can cause the whites and yolks to leak. You just need to use a strainer you already have in your kitchen. Prepare a pot of water and bring it to a gentle boil. Place a sturdy stainless steel strainer over the mouth of the pot so that it stands firmly. Place the eggs in the strainer and steam them. Thanks to the strainer's support, the eggs don't come into direct contact with the boiling water, minimizing the risk of leakage. The hot steam surrounds the eggs, gently cooking them, similar to poaching, helping them maintain their beautiful shape and smooth texture. Steaming time is about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on whether you want soft-boiled or fully cooked eggs. This way, you can utilize cracked eggs and still have delicious soft eggs without any waste. Method 11. Fluffy cloud eggs. Start by separating the eggs. I cracked open 3 eggs, one after another, gently separating them so the egg whites flowed into the bowl below, while the yolks remained neatly on top. Once all 3 eggs are cooked, the yolks are poured into a separate bowl in preparation for the next step. Place the egg whites in a clean, dry bowl. This is more important than many people realize, because even a single drop of water or oil can prevent the egg whites from whipping properly. Using a whisk or electric mixer, beat in one direction and maintain a steady rhythm. At first, the mixture is runny with large, lumpy bubbles, but be patient. This egg dish is found in many different cuisines. I don't know what eggs are usually eaten with where you live. Please share below, I'm very curious. A few minutes later, the color gradually changed to an opaque white, the air bubbles shrank, and the texture began to noticeably thicken and become smoother. Continue whisking until a soft, slightly drooping peak appears when you lift the whisk. That's when the egg whites are ready. Meanwhile, place the pan on the stove and heat it evenly. Add a little cooking oil and use a brush to spread it evenly across the surface of the pan. Gently pour in the egg whites, spread evenly with a spoon, and divide into 3 portions. In the center of each section, create a small indentation. This helps to neatly place the yolk, ensures the egg cooks evenly, and maintains its beautiful shape until finished. Keep the heat low, allowing the eggs to cook slowly. Once the bottom has set and turned completely opaque white, place the egg yolk in the center of each section. Sprinkle lightly with salt and pepper. Cover with a lid and cook for another 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your desired level of doneness. If you prefer a runny yolk, stop cooking at the right moment. If you want it more thoroughly cooked, add about 30 seconds to a minute. The finished product is both visually appealing and high in protein, low in fat, ideal for a quick breakfast or a light snack during the day. When cut in half, the yolk gently melts into the fluffy egg white, offering a rich flavor that is not at all cloying. Simple, yet enough to make you want to do it again and again. Method 12. Boiled eggs topped with Parmesan cheese. In the kitchen, there are dishes that seem familiar, but just a small step can completely change their flavor. First, boil the eggs until fully cooked. Peel and cut in half. Prepare a non-stick pan. Heat gently, then sprinkle a layer of grated Parmesan cheese on the bottom of the pan. Spread the melted cheese evenly to form a circle slightly larger than half the egg. When the bottom turns pale yellow and slightly browned, gently place half an egg in the center. The cheese will continue to melt and coat the egg, creating a crispy outer layer, while the inside of the egg remains soft, creamy, and smooth. The finished product looks simple but is incredibly satisfying. The Parmesan crust is crispy, slightly salty, and aromatic. The egg inside is soft, smooth, and creamy. A small appetizer, which can be served with salad or simply as a snack when you're hungry. Method 13. Egg strips in tomato sauce. Prepare 2 tomatoes. Wash, remove the stems, and cut into small cubes. Chopping the tomatoes helps them soften quickly, release their natural juices, and turn into a sauce on their own without needing to be blended or mashed further. Heat a pan with a tablespoon of cooking oil. When the oil is hot, add the tomatoes, stir well for about a minute, then lower the heat and cover. Cook for 4 to 5 minutes, Stirring occasionally, the tomatoes will gradually soften and blend together into a smooth, fragrant sauce. Add half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Stir well until the spices are completely combined. Add enough water to the pan. While the sauce is simmering gently, prepare the egg mixture. Beat 3 eggs with 100 grams of flour until well combined, and a pinch of salt until smooth. And ground pepper. Smooth and no longer lumpy. If the mixture is a little too thick, add a little water to make it easier to form strands. I used a sieve to filter out any undissolved flour to make the mixture smoother, with the thin strands of egg falling directly into the simmering sauce. Reduce the heat to medium and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes until the egg strands are cooked through and firm, soft but not mushy. Taste again and adjust seasoning if needed. Sprinkle with some chopped green onions for added aroma. Serve while hot. Tomatoes contain lycopene, which is good for cardiovascular health. Eggs provide high-quality protein. Spinach adds iron and fiber. 3 simple ingredients combine to create a dish that is both light and nutritious. Perfect for a quick breakfast or a light dinner without sacrificing flavor. Method 14. My kids love this breakfast so much. Let me show you how I make it. The next method involves preparing 2 fresh chicken eggs and separating the egg whites and yolks. Gently crack each egg, separating the yolks into one bowl and the egg whites into another. Next, to make the eggs more flavorful, you can season them to your taste. For the egg yolks, I add a pinch of salt, then whisk until it's completely dissolved. As for the egg whites, this part is very important because it determines the fluffiness of the entire egg dish. To make the eggs rise beautifully, instead of using baking powder, add a small amount of sugar directly to the egg whites. Sugar helps stabilize the structure of the egg whites, allowing them to retain air better. As a result, when cooked, the eggs will naturally puff up, maintaining their fluffy texture without collapsing. Using a whisk, beat gently and evenly. After a few minutes, you will see small air bubbles appear on the surface. Continue whisking until the egg whites are slightly fluffy, smooth, and light. Once the egg whites are cooked through, gently add the seasoned egg yolks back in. Using a spoon, mix slowly and carefully, only mixing until the 2 parts are well combined. Avoid stirring vigorously as this may break the air bubbles that have formed. If desired, you can add some chopped green onions or minced meat to enhance the flavor and add texture. Once the egg mixture is ready, we begin frying the eggs. Place the pan on the stove and turn the heat down to the lowest setting. This step is very important because low heat helps the eggs cook slowly and evenly, preventing them from burning on the outside. Add a few drops of cooking oil to the pan and spread it evenly. If you use a good nonstick pan, you might not even need oil. Gently pour the egg mixture into the pan and spread it evenly. Cook the egg slowly over low heat. As the temperature gradually increases, the air bubbles in the egg white will expand, causing the egg to puff up naturally. By keeping the heat low, the eggs cook evenly from the inside out. The outside doesn't brown too quickly, while the inside remains soft and delicious. When the eggs are fully cooked, the result is truly amazing. The egg has a beautiful golden color, is evenly cooked, and emits a warm, pleasant aroma. As soon as you cut it open, you'll find the inside surprisingly light and fluffy. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. You see, just a slight change in how you boil eggs will make them cleaner, easier to peel, and a delicious and visually appealing dish. If you have any egg boiling tips or favorite egg dishes, please share them in the comments. I'm really looking forward to learning more from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share with family and friends, and subscribe to the Clever Tricks channel so you don't miss any more tips. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video.